We have to stop Sir Kelzelik.
Don't you think it's about time you dropped the sir?
He always treated us Dahnans with such warmth and kindness. Did he have such bad intentions all along? I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Forget about intentions. We should assume he's the one who's behind all these incidents. It's not surprising to me that there are Renans in Menancia who resent Dohalim, but I didn't expect one would be so close to him.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I guess all of us here in Menancia are still some way off from being a truly united realm, aren't we?
Are you going to be okay, Kisara?
I don't know, but I definitely don't want things to end like this. Please, lend me your strength.
Of course. Anyone who tries to oppress others is our enemy, and we'll gladly stand against them. Besides, I want to believe that this realm really can do better too. I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Dahnans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Dahnan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure about that? From what I hear, that thing can stop even a cannonball.
On second thought, let's see if there's a release mechanism somewhere.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Right.
Ugh.
Right.
This looks nice and tough.
Get lost!
Bring him down! Enough dance! Dragon form!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Engaging!
Divine strength! None shall escape my judgment!
Dragon form!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Dragon swarm!
Pierce evil! Divine strength!
I'm going in! Lunarondo!
Do it! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
A freezing storm! This one's mine! Raging
Astral
storm!
Arts?
That's my cue! Do it!
Shut him down!
Barely a blip on our radar.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Bring him down! This sword shield! Dragon swarm!
Eat this!
I'll have to take my revenge on you!
We're not finished! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind!
It's almost too strong. Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest!
Healing circle!
Thank you! Okay! Swallow Blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! This is the power of the blazing sword!
What is this?
Gotta break through! You got spirit!
Freezing storm!
Die!
Tornado!
Dragon form!
Eagle
Give it a shot!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand!
Mega ray!
You're mine! You're finished! Lightning focus!
I'll finish you here!
Harder! My turn! Dragon swarm! Swallow Blade!
Do it! Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
It's on!
Engaging!
Confiscated!
Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Fire support!
You'll have no mercy!
Bring him down!
I'll be saving you one!
Lightning storm support! Dragon swarm!
Gusty nail!
Take support!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to...
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Dragon swarm! I see one, eh?
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
here goes!
Hear
my call!
Fire support!
Thousand gales, carry the thread! Lunar Gusty nail! I can do the job!
Swallow blade!
Do it!
Support!
Lightning
Listen,
raging
armor
destiny!
won't save you!
Away! You're mine!
I'll be saving you one!
Freezing storm! Ignore!
Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Step back, this one's all law!
Looks like some solid equipment. Hi, Hoodle!
Take this! For my lord!
Confiscated!
Try harder! Take down their defenses! I'm not done! Dragon swarm! Got fire!
I've got this!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest! We're not finished! Swallow blade!
Searing flip!
Take this! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Not much done!
Blade on spear! Piercing here!
Astral arts?
That's my cue!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Take this! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Swallow blade! It's over! Dragon swarm!
Divine
Here I come!
Lunar corruption!
Smash you!
My shield!
Lightning!
I'm on!
Do it!
Turret!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Oh, now I'm real mad!
My turn! You're mine! You're finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Damn it!
Here's your way for what you did!
Watch Swallow Blade!
Shining Super! Raging Cascade!
Here I come! You're mine! It's over!
Magna Ray! Here! By the power of water! Raging Storm! I'm ready for the next battle!
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
An opponent like this should be easy.
No shield can stand up to these fists!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Now
Lightning
it's
almost
Too strong!
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest! You're finished! We're not finished! Listen!
Do it!
Burning! I'm ready for the next battle. I won't forgive you!
Take this! You got fear! Damn it! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Eagle's Eye!
Ruthless Shock! Damn it!
Showdown between blade and fist!
Now you'll learn!
Shion!
Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
A freezing storm! Wind
It's
and
over!
energy! Ice tornado!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Shion!
Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Look! Another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it. Even if Dahnans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
Go no further!
Not today!
They really don't give up, do they? Sleep now! Now!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Oh, magic is sealed!
I'm on a roll now!
Let's do it! Thunderblade!
Nicely done.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's... right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go!
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave!
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool! I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Dahnan for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Dahnans are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel, my brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother. And now you'll die for it!
you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
It can hide itself? Amazing!
Slut!
Aim for the weak spot!
Slut!
Try this!
Hurricane!
Come on, strike! Slash! Dragon form! Thanks!
Recover!
You're mine! You're finished!
I'll heal you all!
You're my piston!
Thunderblade!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
I really owe you one.
Vanquish darkness! Tornado!
You're mine! Try harder! Now! Here I come!
I'm just getting started.
Take this! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! You picked the wrong fight! No escape! Slash! Dragon swarm! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Dragon swarm!
Gusty nail!
Take this! It's over!
I can only rely on this.
Go get him!
Take this!
Thousand nail! Tear you to shreds!
Take this!
Try
Try harder! Not again! No escape! Dragon swarm!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Steel force! More without Lightning condemn!
Here I come! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Slash!
I'm on it! I really owe you
Infernal
one.
turret!
Recover! Air thrust! Light astral energy!
Now I'm real mad!
This one's all
Searing
mine!
flame! Reload!
Eat this!
Corruption!
Here I
Now!
come! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Tectonic
Take this!
Light astral energy!
You're mine!
Back and
Slash!
forth!
You're finished!
Enemies incoming! Reload! This one's
Then we'll take them down!
Swallow blade!
Cyan is wasn't I never miss! Lightning condemned!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
I'll heal you all!
Here I come! Swallow dance! Dragon swarm!
Do it!
That hit the spot.
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Here's a healing art!
I owe you one!
Photon blast!
An astral art?
That's
You're
my
mine!
shield!
No, stop! Shut him down!
Reload!
First strike!
I'll tear you apart!
Here's a healing art!
Burn!
Raging
Swallow
cascade!
dance!
First aid!
You're mine!
Thank you.
Slash! Dragon swarm!
In here!
It's over! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Retreat!
You're finished!
Where that came from? Healing circle! Photon! Blah blah blah! Thunder! Denied! Lunar corruption!
No escape! Swallow blade!
Hey! Mega ray!
You're mine!
Power of
Try harder! My turn!
Annihilation!
My turn!
Light astral energy!
You're mine!
I'll heal you! Raging cascade!
Almost there!
Or close enough. Take it away, Law.
I thought you'd never ask.
Healing circle!
I really owe you one.
Glacial spear!
You're mine!
Here's evil!
Slide sword! Dragon swarm! This one's all mine!
Hurricane! Into the wind! Sleep now! I'll be playing with this one!
Eat this! Rising Justice!
More without corruption! Sleep now!
Here comes something big!
Try to dodge!
Denied!
More where that came from! Healing circle! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
You're mine!
More for the stockpile!
Burn!
Lunar corruption! Raging
Swallow blade! Dragon swarm!
Swallow dance!
Try this!
Dance in the wind!
Infernal turret! Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship! Ridiculous! Only those who possess a Master Core can become a Lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzalek, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahak-Sar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go. To Mahak-Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzalek's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans, and you're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cyslodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Lagiel?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elde Menancia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shionne!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.